In the previous lecture, we have learned from chapter number 1 to chapter number 7. Now I'm going to take chapter number 8, which is flying high. Here it is explained that birds have different claws, beaks, feathers, and they produce different sounds. So videos can be played for showing these things. Then classification and identification of birds by easy puzzles. We have to ask some easy questions or puzzles so that students will use to think and they will answer from their experiences only, like the birds which can be seen in water, on the tree, in the house, and flying in the sky. In order to develop children's interest in birds, let them observe the birds quietly. For that, we have to take them outside the classroom, or we have to tell them to observe at home, means whichever bird is coming to their house, so they have to observe them. They should allow to note down their observations and ask them to share in the class with others. So new things will come out and they will get each children will share and they will like know more knowledge, they will understand more. Different birds feed on different food, that's why they have different beaks. So this picture we have to show uh, with the help of a puzzle. Students can match birds with the food they eat and they can draw beaks as well. Like some birds used to have insect worms, and some used to have grains, some used to have fruits, some have used to have meat. So we have to explain them, like, and their beaks we have to show, like the birds which are taking fruits, like we have parrot. Meat consuming birds are like we have vulture, hawk, and then we have sparrow used to have grains as well as worms. Pigeon used to have grains, so their beaks are different. So this we have to show them. Then the owl can rotate its neck backward to a larger extent, about 360-degree, but we cannot do this. While Manna moves her neck back and forth with a jerk. Some birds can imitate our voice like parrot, but all cannot do this. Birds' feather help them to fly and it keeps them warm too. Birds lose their old feathers and new one used to grow in place of them. So we can see feathers lying on the ground. Feather collection activity can be done in the classroom, can be given to the children so that they will go outside, they will pick the feathers from the ground. They will not disturb any of the bird. We have to instruct them. Only they have to collect the feathers from the ground only. Because birds used to shed their feathers, so they will get it easily. And by this activity, students will understand, they will the different types of feathers, they will differentiate according to the color, size, and shapes of the feather. Ninth chapter is it's raining. So here chapter starts with the elephant story. In that the elephant which um, whose name is Appu, he actually loves banana. So he started giving start watering to the banana trees, because bananas trees started drooping because no rain was there for long time. So actually this is not possible that animal used to give water to the plants or trees, but this is the story, as animals and plants both need water. In this up in this story, Appu used to have lot of water. As well, he started playing and bathing with the water. So animals and plants both need water, and after rain, plants and trees become more greener. You can observe it after rain. Then poem on clouds is given by Harsh Nigam from Chakmak. So in that poem, it is given that different shapes of clouds can be seen, like swan, elephant, horse, along with rainbow formation also takes place. So discussion on the good and bad effects of rain, sharing children experiences, like we have to tell them, we have to ask them then how they what they feel whenever there is rain. So all the good and bad effects they will share and we will combine it. Then next chapter is what is cooking. In this chapter we have to discuss, or we have to ask the names of different kinds of utensils we are using at home. So we will get different answers, and we have to give more examples of utensils, like we are using bowl, we are using chopping board, we are using baking tray sometimes, and chopsticks in some families, a rolling pin, and saucepan, pan, knife, plate, and many more, pressure cooker, like this, cutlery. So many things are there, so we have to discuss with the students and we have to make them aware. Then utensils are made up of different kinds of metals, that also we have to make them understand, like we are using iron, steel, copper, silver, aluminium, tin, sometimes wood also. And in older times people were using utensils made up of clay and aluminium, and some other metals are also there. Metals are good conductor of heat, so they are used to make utensils, but their handles with plastic, as they are bad conductor of heat, and because we have to handle that particular utensils from that handle, so that's why it is of plastic, and it is bad conductor, so will not feel warm on handling them. Yes, so in this it is discussed that we don't have to cook everything. A few things we used to have raw, while some few things are there which we cannot eat in raw form, but we have to cook, it is compulsory. And few things we can eat after cooking, as well as we can eat them raw in the raw form also. Then students will be asked to observe different steps required to cook the food, like chapatis in the kitchen. To connect learning with the real life situations, then various ways of cooking, like baking the cake, frying, which frying also we have two methods: shallow frying and deep frying. In shallow frying we require less amount of oil, and in frying large amount of oil is required, so we have to show them picture as well. Boiling, like we used to have some large amount of water, we used to boil eggs and like potatoes also, by keeping close the lid. Then roasting, like we used to roast nuts, or direct heating like chapatis, or steaming. With the help of steam we used to cook the food like idlis. Stewing with the little amount of liquid. Here students will observe things done in the kitchen at their home and get more information from the elders. So elders are actually their source of information here, not the teacher. This will develop in them that un- an understanding, and beside the teacher other people can also be the source of information. One important thing is discussed here, which is pasteurization. It is heating of milk at 71 degrees Celsius for 15 seconds, or at 62 degrees Celsius for 32 minutes, just for killing the germs, so the milk will not spoil easily. And then after we have fuel used for cooking, like stove. In stove we use kerosene oil. Then in gas stove, or in gas chulhas we use gas, which is liquefied petroleum gas. In solar cooker we use sunlight. Traditional chulha we were using wood and cow dung cakes. Heater, in heater we use electricity, along with their pictures. We have to show them pictures as well. Effective fuels used in the environment should be discussed here to make children aware that the wood and cow dung cakes used to produce lot of smoke, and it is very much unhealthy for us because they are producing pollution. Gas stove is a cleaner fuel. It does not produce any harm to to the environment. Like that, solar cooker which runs with sunlight is also a good uh, a cooking method which can be used, and it is a cleaner fuel, like sunlight is very much cleaner fuel, and electricity also doesn't produce so much of pollution at all to the environment. Like this, we have to explain to the children, and by discussing them, then let them prepare things to eat without cooking, like they can make lemon water, or they can take sprouts, they can add different things into it, and so that they will enjoy this method, and they will learn something, and the things will get connected with the real life situations. Then allow children to prepare different food which can be made by easily available things eaten in their region, and let them share whatever they are eating, because uh, different children, they used to come from different region, so they used to have different food. Let them make them easily, which they can do it under the guidance of teacher, and let them share with the students, and they can cook at home with the help of parents, and they can share in the classroom. This will enhance sharing and social behavior among the students. Chapter 11, which is From Here to There, in this poem on train by Harendranath Chattopadhyay, is given. Here, different modes of transport were discussed with children, like train, car, and metro. Metro is used for going from one city to another, while aeroplane for traveling from one country to another. Boats are used in the areas which are surrounded by water, like Kerala. In the next point, Shimla is given, which is a hill station. Here, we can find zigzag roads on high mountains are crossed by bus. People used to travel some distances by walking or by riding on the horse, especially those who are older. For smaller distance, we use bicycle, rickshaw, etc. While in villages, bullock carts are there, as no bus can go through fields. Then discussion over different vehicles used from students' real life experiences and introduction of safety rules. While traveling, we have to introduce safety rules which they have to follow while traveling. And from their real life experiences, we have to find out which vehicles they have seen, and all about what they know more about them. Discussion over changes in the vehicles over time. Previously, in the traditional period, which type of vehicles were used, and now how much it is changed from that period to till now. Activity of making toy train should be given to the children. Using matchboxes, bottle caps, they can make it, and they will relate uh, some their knowledge with the real life experience. Then different sounds by different vehicles. They can play certain games, and we can make them hear different sounds with the help of audio, video. Discussion over noise. Maximum sound will is produced by which kind of vehicles, we can ask, and accordingly how it is, whether it is soothing to the ears or not, how children feel. So accordingly we have to introduce the term noise to them. Chapter 12 is about work we do. Here one picture is given in this chapter, and students have to recognize that the people are there, what they are doing. Actually some kind of some buildings are there, and they have the students have to recognize them also, and they have to share with the other children. Then this will improve the skill of picture reading among children, or observation in children. Different kinds of work are equally important. Suppose mother is cooking and father is going out for, means going office for earning money. So the both the work are equal. Nothing is, nobody's work is less. Discuss the roles of family members in doing different work. Like brother used to do something, the brother used to go to market for taking vegetables, and like father used to go out for earning money, mother used to cook food. So there are different roles of the family member in doing different work. In some other family, both mother and father used to earn money. So without hurting any gender bias, we don't have to show here, but without hurting anybody's emotions, we have to make them understand that all the people's work are equal, and uh, like this. Then discussion over why some children do not go to school. In some certain families, children are not able to go to school because the family is very poor, and both mother and father go for earning money for daily wages, and so their children used to stay at home, and the elder one used to look after the smaller ones. The child used to cook also and help also to the mother and father. So many situations are there because of which students are not going to school. Then government has given one act, which is RTE Act in 2009, which is right to education, for compulsory education of children from 6 to 14 years, and 25% reservation in all private schools are there for them. So education is must for children between 6 to 14 years. This is an important point. Then in this chapter, name of the building, students have to identify, and what actually work done used to take place there. So that also they have to understand. That's why I have given this table. Hospital, which is for treatment of patients and vaccination. Office for official work, whatever related with office and kind of office. Then police station, register complaints, and thieves used to they used to lock the thieves. And then post office, get stamps, we get stamps from there, envelopes, postcards, and can post letters in the letter box also. Then we have school, which is for a place for study, and children used to play, teachers used to teach, office work, etc. In cinema hall, people used to go for watching movies. In court, judges and advocates are there, and they used to do, and people get justice from the court. Then hotel is there where people can eat or stay as well. Bank for depositing money and withdrawal of money as well. Temple for praying to God. Shop for shopkeepers used to sell goods, and confectionery where sweet products like chocolates and sweets we can purchase. One more table I have given where work is written in the one column, and another column what they are called. So who repairs cars and scooters? It is mechanic. Make houses, building, etc. Mason or laborer. Treats patients. So it will be doctor, uses stethoscope to hear heartbeat. Who cares patients? Nurse used to care patients. Shaves and hair cutting, barber. Controls traffic by whistling and hand movements. Traffic police used to do this. Repairs shoes or men's shoes. It is cobbler. Sells fruits. Fruit seller used to sell fruits. Sweeps the dirt and cleans the roads. Sweeper. Delivers letters. Postman. Teaches the children, will be teacher. Makes wooden furniture. So this will be carpenter. Sells different things from his or her shop. So it will be shopkeeper. Chapter 13 is sharing our feelings. In this chapter, we will learn about people who cannot see. So for them, Braille script is there through which they used to study, they used to read, or they can understand. They can write as well. Braille script enables blind and partially sighted people to read and write through touch. It consists of patterns of raised dots arranged in cells of up to 6 dots. So 6 dots are there. You can see in the picture as well. This picture is showing actually here everywhere you can see 6 dots are there. Here also, everywhere 6 dots, and raised, they are like raised dots arranged in cells of up to 6 dots in 3 multiplied by 2 configuration, means 2 here and 3 here. Then each cell represent a braille letter, numeral or punctuation mark. Louis Braille, who is from France, is the founder of Braille system. He lost his sight in the childhood due to an accident. So he only invented this. Braille can also be written using the computer as well. So to understand Braille well, students will be given real life experiences by an activity. We can use blindfold activity, in which the child has to guess the other children by touching. So the other child will not make any sound, as it will become more easy for them to recognize. So this activity will realize the students that how difficult is the situation of blind ones. We have to teach children that they must have to use older and people who cannot see, who need their help, they must have to help. Then in the 14th chapter, the 14th chapter is the story of food. Here, the chapter starts with two pictures. The two families we can see actually, in which in one of the family, the mother and father both are doing household work. They means actually helping each other in doing the work. They are doing work together. While in the other case, in the other family, most of the work is done by females of the house, or we can say mother and girl child. Actually, in the other family, mother used to cook also, and she is actually bringing husks or grass from the field, because they are actually belong from the village. So they used to cook food in the husks or grass or wood only, while the male is only reading the newspaper. So there are difference in the two families. So we have to discuss over the gender role sensitively and carefully without hurting the feelings of others. As we have already learned that no work is less. Food from plants and animals. That we get food from plants as well as animals. Basic knowledge about medicinal plants in the immediate environment. The From the immediate environment, which kind of medicinal plants we can get. So it will increase their traditional knowledge of medicinal plants. Like in the case of stomach ache, you used to have pudina or mint leaves. In the case of cough and cold, instead of taking tablets or medicines, we used to go for taking uh, tea, which is made up with tulsi or basil. Then on getting hurt or injury, we apply turmeric. In case of toothache, we used to have cloves. Now you can see one more table. Here in one column, food is written, and in another column, part of the plant. So this food, ginger, is actually a rhizome of that plant. Carrot is a root. Mango is a fruit of the tree. Flowers of Kachnar, which is state flower of Bihar, is pink color. So people used to make curry of these flowers. And so these are flowers. Then jackfruit is a fruit. Amla is also a fruit. Gram is a seed. Gram seed. French beans are fruits. Spinach are leaves. Lotus stem is actually a root of the lotus plant. Mustard is a seed, mustard seeds and curry leaves are leaves only. Cauliflower is a flower bud. Then radish is also a root. Banana is a fruit and potato is a stem. Potato is a stem while sweet potato is a root. Because potato has buds, you can see small buds over them, while in case of sweet potato you can see fibrous roots over it. So that this is the difference. So in this video we will learn till here only. In my next video I'll cover another chapters, leftover chapters, another 7 chapters. So please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.